Hey everyone, Super Saiyan Sanchez back here with another video. Today bringing you guys Batman from Batman v Superman. Hopefully everyone's enjoying this Mafex content I've been putting out. Trying to do the whole Batman v Superman line. Hopefully you guys like what you guys see. Let's check this out. And here's the 360 of the box. This is an older figure from Mafex. Still pretty cool. I am a huge fan of DC and Marvel. You guys seen me with Gambit. You guys seen me with Spider-Man, some of the older reviews. So I am planning to continue the whole Batman v Superman, the whole line. I want to review all of them for you guys. Show you why I have, why I have interest in them. I think they're pretty cool. I think they're, in my opinion, they're pretty badass. Really hoping that they do come back with another Batman v Superman 2.0, hopefully soon. All right, and this is everything that Batman does come with. He does come with a few accessories, which is pretty cool. He does come with his Batarang gun, his grenade gun, his grappling hook, and I believe a smoke grenade or some sort of grenade. He does come with 5 extra sets of hands, which is pretty cool, which helps for the posability. We're gonna go ahead and show you guys right now. Alright everyone, this is Batman full 360, and he does have the cape I don't like. It's kind of plain, still pretty cool though. And man, I like his suit. This is the older, this is 017, the 17 Mafex figure they've released. So I can understand now they're already up to 200 and something, almost close to 3. So yeah, this guy is pretty out of date, but I still think he's an amazing figure. Hopefully one day Mafex does, continue on, like I said, to update this figure. All right, let's go ahead and take a closer look at him. Yeah, and you can see right there in the face that definitely old school Mafex. To me, the eyes don't really, I'm not really feeling the eyes here. And of course the face, I feel like they could have done a better 5 o'clock shadow here. And I am a huge fan of Ben Affleck's Batman, so I know a lot of people aren't. I'm also a huge fan of Christian Bale. And I definitely like the texture all around. Just look at that. And I've always liked the suit. I thought the suit was cool. In my opinion, this the way he looks is kind of not as bulky. I feel like Ben Affleck was really bulky. Yeah, but just looking at his belt, looks pretty cool. Looks pretty spot on. And the boots looks pretty good. Only thing I don't like is the cape. It just looks so plain and cheap. On the cape, he does have the wire running down the side of the cape. which now mostly they have the wire going down on the bottom. Sometimes it's kind of different, like the Superman, the 018, which I will be doing a review soon. He does have it on the bottom, which this one doesn't. It's okay, I guess, but I prefer how the Batman 3.0 does have the wire going down the middle of the cape, so you could do some sort of creasing and do more poses instead of this, which is kind of flat. So yeah, but you can't complain because it's early on Mafex. Like I said, now they have so much, they could do so much more. Yeah, and his arms are a little bit wobbly, which I don't like, but he is an older figure, so it's to be expected. So I can understand. And I'm definitely a fan of the logo. I think it looks pretty cool. I know a lot of people didn't like Batfleck as Batman, but I thought he was pretty amazing. Like I said, this figure doesn't look as bulky and how he does look in the suit. Yeah, but I still think he looks pretty cool. And this all looks amazing. I also started collecting the Mafex line along with the SH Figuarts a little while later. And it's kind of been both Medicom Mafex and SH Figuarts for me. I've kind of wandered off into 3.0, which you guys did see the Hulkbuster, and the 3.0 Iron Man. I do have the Mark 43, which is still pretty cool. Yeah, and I actually do like the head too. There's a mask. I just wish they made it a little more sharper. How they did the Justice League, of course, they did them a lot better. Like I said, they improved the faces, which is still pretty cool. Alright, let's go ahead and talk about articulation here. He does have neck rotation. He could rotate his whole head along with the neck, which is actually pretty cool for early figures from Mafex. I think that's pretty amazing because SH Figuarts, you could not get the neck to move at all. Maybe it's because it's a Batman figure. Maybe, you know, it's connected here with the cow, and I think it's pretty cool. Okay, and he does have his turn him to the side. He can bend forward pretty good, and he can bend back pretty far, honestly, so you could do some good poses there. And he does have his he can rotate his arm pretty good. He could do a full 360. Same thing with his wrist peg, pretty good with his hand. And you can move him pretty well, honestly. You could probably do a full 360 with, like I said, I don't know why you would do that, but it's there. All right, and you could do his whole bending of his knee. You can move his ankle up and down, which is pretty good. 360, full 360. Along with sorry about that, moving him around. Along with the toe hinge, which is still pretty cool. Not too much on the toe hinge, but it's there. And like I said, you could bend his knee. You could put his knee up like he is fighting. It's kind of an odd pose, but yeah, it's there. Like I said, there's more posability here, especially with the Mafex early line. The SH Figuart line didn't have as much pose. I don't think as much posing as the Mafex does, but I feel like I like the SH Figuarts more when it comes to specific figures like DBZ, like more of my channel. It's kind of like they're more on point. I don't know. And I really don't like this whole thing right here because a lot of the Mafex figures eventually break over time, which kind of sucks. I have a Superman, the 018. I have a second one that kind of broke his knees because over time you keep bending these knees and they break. And I've had SH Figuarts that can last a long time, so I feel like Mafex can be cheap when it comes to certain things. Yeah, make sure they have all the official markings. Try to look for them, like how Tamashi SH Figuarts usually has them on the bottom of the foot. The Mafex figures usually has them on the belt or maybe the lower bottom of his back. So yeah, like I said, you guys can get duped on eBay, and be very careful because some of the knockoffs look pretty close to the real ones. You really can you can tell, I believe, by the faces. The Superman you could definitely tell, but the Batman, I know they have some decent knockoffs. And one other thing I can show you guys on the box is always look for the Mafex, the little chrome logo that they have at the bottom. It's pretty cool. You guys can see this, and that's how you know the figure is real. If it doesn't have that on the bottom, don't go for it. If it doesn't have the Medicom logo on it, don't go for it. There are some Medicom logos on the knockoffs, and they just don't have the official hologram sticker on the bottom that says Medicom toy on it. So if it doesn't have that, don't go for it. Just trying to help everyone out so you guys don't fall into the trap of these knockoffs in China, which kind of sucks. Man, and I gotta say, after all those poses I just showed you guys, I still think he holds up pretty decently. Not exactly where I feel like he should be able to do. He can still do poses, but I get kind of nervous about parts breaking. His legs, around his knees, like I said, I've had some other Mafex, the OGs, they do fall apart. They tend to fall apart. They don't last that long, which kind of sucks. So if you're looking for a Mafex figure, definitely go for a brand new one. Maybe pay a little bit more on the price, so you don't want to have one that breaks easily. So yeah, I still think he's still cool. I guess I'm more biased just because I am a big Batfleck fan. I'll go ahead and say that Batman Beyond is #1 for me because Terry McGinnis is a badass. The show was so amazing. I hope that they do a live action. Christian Bale is #2, and Batfleck is #3 for me. Yeah, Michael Keaton probably be #4. He's still pretty cool, but I like Batman just because of Batman v Superman, because he did fight Superman, which was pretty amazing in my opinion. So that's probably why I hold this figure, pretty high and high regard. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and give him a solid 7 out of 10. He could be a lot better. Of course, if anyone has seen the Mafex line, you see the Superman, the Batman from the original Justice League, and now they have the Snyder Cut re-releasing, and those Batmans look pretty great. So I'll be doing reviews on those eventually down the line, showing you guys that. So yeah, let me know what you guys thought. Did you guys like this Batman? Are you a Batfleck fan at all? Do you like Mafex? Is this a line that you would collect, you would consider? He is 6-inch, of course, 112. Let me know what you guys think, guys.